When I think about uterine fibroids, there are things that concern me whenever a patient tells me these are the symptoms that she's experiencing. And this goes back to a patient that I took care of during residency. She was an older lady, closer to menopause. She began having bleeding, and of course, we always evaluate bleeding in a woman when she has gone through menopause. So it is not normal or 12 months without having had a menstrual cycle and you start back bleeding again. So that's what initially prompted the evaluation. And she was bleeding very heavy. We did the initial biopsy, and that pathology report came back. It was negative. They didn't see any abnormal cells. We placed her on some medicines so that she could stop bleeding, with the plan for her to come back and follow up. So she needed some time to make some arrangements. Before she could get back to us for her scheduled procedure, unfortunately, she began to bleed so heavily that she passed out at home. And I'll never forget this, because when we went to see her in the hospital room, she said that it was her granddaughter who found her, and her granddaughter called 911. We went ahead and we did her hysterectomy during that hospital admission. The surgery went great. There were no complications. She was recovering fine. Then we got the pathology report back, and it showed that she had a very rare form of cancer that we find in fibroids, a leiomyosarcoma. At the time, and even now, we still don't have a lot of good ways to evaluate and work someone up for this. There are some tests that we can do. There are some imaging studies that we can get, or there's no definitive diagnostic study. So she unfortunately would pass away a few months later, because this is such an aggressive and rapid form of cancer. So those are always concerns for me when the bleeding pattern changes, or we have a woman who has gone through menopause and she has started back bleeding. Those things always warrant prompt evaluation. And if you have that history of fibroids, you should not start back bleeding just because you're in menopause. I don't like to tell my patients that their fibroids are going to go away and are not going to cause them any problems when they go through menopause, because the reality of it is you may still have bleeding. So let that be a reminder to you, for those who are listening. If you know anyone in your community and this is their story or your concern, please have them go be evaluated and get that checked out.